good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're heading over to the Netherlands to catch up with the amazing Matt Se7en. And we're going to kick things off with his brand new single called Able to Die. Oh yeah, let's rock.
You said, take my hand, show me where you wanna go. The days of questions have all gone. In this life, there's only one who knows what's right. I have trusted you once before. You can say what you want, 'cause you know that I need it. You can do what you want, 'cause you know I can feel it. Do you think it's easy? Do you believe we're even? You can say what you want, 'cause you know that I need it. You can do what you want, 'cause you know I can feel it. I don't wanna fight now, I just wanna know now. Are you even able to die? Are you even able to running from everything that you fear of? You've got no more room to breathe. Day or night, you are never in their sight. Are two worlds apart. You can say what you want, 'cause you know that I need it. You can do what you want, 'cause you know I can feel it. Do you think it's easy? Do you believe we're even? You know that I need it. You can do what you want, 'cause you know I can feel it. I don't wanna fight now, I just wanna know now. Are you even able to die? Are you even able to die?
Boom. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I hope you're all doing well out there. Hey, if you're watching over on Facebook, welcome to you. You can always join us over here at the YouTube at youtube.com/JadeStarr, or head over to Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS, or you can even watch the show daily right now. Yes, right now within the browser at How to App on iOS. Wow. It is early this morning, and I'm going to say firstly, before we jump into the interview, if you see my camera wobbling today, I'm currently going through a massive storm at the moment. During that song there, my whole apartment was shaking. I thought I was having an earthquake here. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's quite scary, actually, but it is what it is. So let's jump in today. So I first came across this artist over on the Metalhead Hippie channel, and amongst all of the crazy bunch of characters that you see over there on that show, amazing artists over on Hippie's channel. And I came across this artist. He had a track with Hetriani, who I've had on the show, and I was blown the fuck away. Absolutely killer track, and it made me fall into the rabbit hole and try and find a little bit more about this artist. I had no idea it was from the Netherlands, and not holding that against anyone, but we'll talk about that later. So that was his brand new single, original, absolutely original. Yes, Auntie G, killer stuff. So we'll talk about that today, his new single, and everything that makes up the amazing voice that is, all the way from the Netherlands. Would you please all welcome to the show, Matt Se7en. Hello, Matt. How are you going today?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Jade. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Oh, my Lord. I seriously, during that song, I don't know if it was the song that was shaking the foundations of my building or the storm, but holy hell, there's my camera again, shaking like crazy. This is mad. Holy, it's even more exciting. Thank you, firstly, for coming onto the show. Big fan of your music. So
thank you.
Really looking forward to picking your brain and finding out more about you. Tell us how this new single came about. I see a lot of people writing in the chat. It reminds them of a Bond music, man. This should have been the new James Bond theme. How did you write this song? Tell us about it.
All right. So, people have noticed. Yes, it does sound like a Bond theme. And, I love James Bond movies. And there's a certain style and there's a certain way they create like opening sequences for the movies, and every song they use is very catchy. And I love making music, and I was like, I already wanted to make a ballad, but when I create a new song, I just don't want to make like any song. So I was like, what can I do? I want to make a ballad, but I don't want to make like just any ballad. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be inspired by the James Bond movies. So I just made this one.
I love about your music that you have a varied bunch of styles happening. You seem to be able to skip in and out of styles and not adhere to one particular style. Is this a conscious decision, or is this due to the what you grew up listening to? How have you got to that point of your music writing?
Well, I've always been like a heavy metal or a hard rock guy, and when I started, the job I had before the one I have now, I was a music teacher for I think 10 or 13 years, and from the start I was like full on metal, just metal. No pop or folk or stuff. I was like metal, yeah. So when I began teaching children, they were like forcing me to listen to new stuff because they want to learn new stuff. And when I taught them guitar and drums, I wasn't like, all right, this is a book, this is Mozart, go nuts. No, I was like, all right, you want to learn this song? I'm gonna learn this song. What do you want to learn? I want to learn Justin Bieber. I was like, oh no, and yeah, but they kind of forced me to listen to all those styles and genres, and eventually I was like, well, I kind of dig it, so I began listening to more of that stuff and kind of implemented in my own genre. So I kind of created my own genre, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm going to hit you with the big question. What does music mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, it's saved my life. You know, it's when I wake up, when I'm at work, I'm doing something totally different than music, by the way. But um, what music means to me, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just it's my life. You know, I'm surrounded by music, and I'm listening to it every day, and even the way I create new songs, it's you know, I'm constantly listening to music, even at work. People are if they hear music from the office, they know I'm in. So if they're like, oh, well, is that Airborne there? So they they instantly know I'm there, or Metallica or AC/DC. So yeah, there's no silence in my house.
Absolutely. I think all of us can agree. If you're a musician, you're in it for life. You can't escape. I have had so many people on this show who have, their stories similar. Like they may have played music when they were younger. They may have been in a school band. They may have done things when they were younger. And some people get married, have kids, disappear, but they always come back. You can't escape it. You can't escape its clutches. It wraps around your throat like an evil demon.
Yeah.
Do you recall the music that was played in your household as you were a youngster and by your parents? Give us some of that music. It's probably going to be daggy.
Oh yeah.
And has it influenced you?
No. Oh yeah. Well, I'm from a Dutch Indonesian family, and the thing is about these families is that Elvis Presley is a big influence in. It doesn't matter if you're in the Netherlands, if you have a Dutch Indonesian family and you ask them about Elvis Presley, they're like, yep. That was my youth. So I had the same thing, and my grandma and my grandpa, my dad, I was a super Elvis Presley fan when I was younger. So, I tried to mimic his voice, and I did his hair the same way. So it's sometimes still I do. Sometimes it doesn't matter what day, but I still do the hair. I have a little Elvis day. I still listen to Elvis though.
I don't know. Well, I don't know how old you are. You seem like really young, so I am surprised because I guess I run into a lot of kids these days who have no idea who Elvis is, or even the Beatles, and just think, what the hell how can you not know these artists? I mean, Elvis is has been such a massively influential artist to so many people, even to some of the biggest metal bands. I see him always listed. So there's got to be something to it. If even like some of the scariest death metal bands on the planet still list him as an artist.
Yeah. Well, if you listen to and that was my I think 10 years ago I found a band, and they were like literally mixing Elvis Presley and metal, which is full beat, yeah. And I was hooked. I was like, yeah, you're mixing my big loved ones together. So yeah, that's one of my the major bands I'm listening to.
Do you recall the first album that you were given and purchased, and what what format was it on?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. The first album. Well, yeah, I think Elvis Presley still. They were like back in the day. I'm from '89. And when I was younger, there were like still CD stores, so I just bought a CD from Elvis Presley. I think that was one of the first CDs. My mom bought it for me because I didn't have allowance and money back then. But the one I purchased on my own was, I think, In Utero by Nirvana. That's which I bought with my own money. I think that's the one.
Nice first album, incredibly angsty first album. My first album was Kiss. That was
Cool.
given to me unmasked, and it was and now I can't even listen to it. I can't stand it for some reason. It is what it is, you know. But let's say hello to some folks in the chat, and then what we'll do is we'll jump in and play another track, and then it's just to warm things up a bit, because I've got a bunch of tracks I want to play today. I want people to get a full spectrum of what's going on with your music. So hello to, we can bring up this screen. Hello to Pay and to Get. I hope you're well. We've got Thomas Christ, wonderful moderator here. Joe Glenn. I see Russ. Who else is here? SM Borthwick, who's on the show next week. Kim Harden Hudson. I already said Russ. I have an idea. Thank you for being here. Let's see as I scroll through here. Joe and Barry Glenn are here. Auntie G is here. Hello to you. The bear is here. I don't have a sound effect today. I'm just going to have to do a death metal bear. Not a box. Hello to you. Dr. Zorders is in the house. Let's see. Can my four eyes read quick enough today? Sai, always effing good to see you. Hetriani's here. Yeah. My neighbors are going to love me for that. Let's see who else is here as I'm scrolling down, try and get through. If I've missed you, I will circle back and say hello. If you guys have questions, just at me so I can see it and take note, and I can pull that up. Audible Video, hello to you. So keep scrolling through, see who else I can find before we jump back in. John David Lees, always good to see you, my friend. Brad Example, hello to you. I think I've got mostly everybody here. If I have missed you, Bubba's here as well. Thank you all for being here. You're going to have a really good time today because the music is killer. Before we jump in and play another track, I want to ask you, I think your voice is absolutely incredible. As a vocalist myself, I do pay attention to vocalists, and when I hear a vocalist that gets my goosebumps, I want to listen to more of them. Did you have singing lessons when you were younger, or any lessons musically?
No. Oh well, no singing lessons. I started guitar very late. I think I was 11 or 12, I think, and my sister started playing guitar, and I was jealous, and I was an annoying kid. And I was like, my sister and play guitar. I want to do it as well. So eventually I carried on playing guitar, and I think I got a few years of lessons, and then I tried to do it on my own. I very quickly jumped to electric guitar, I think, and just went on from there, and got influenced by the greats.
So who were some of these greats that influenced you to pick up a guitar, apart from your sister, who you just wanted to like show up and make a fool out of? So who were some of the who were some of the, like, you know, current bands or of that time that really got you excited about music?
Well, I just have to give it a little nod because my uncle Bert, he showed me Metallica for the first time, and I was hooked. I've never heard of Metallica before, and he took me to his attic, and he had an electric guitar, and he was playing, I think, Enter Sandman. I was like, I want to learn that too, and I was playing Beatles song still. So in that period, and so that's kind of how I started. But the greats that got me influenced is Neil Zaza, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, of course. I think I'm leaving someone very important out here. But when it comes to guitar, John Petrucci, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
how can I forget? John Petrucci, that's one of my big heroes. Neil Zaza and John Petrucci are my big heroes ever. I
had Jordan Rudess on the show and oh man.
Oh.
When I interviewed him, I was just like shaking, going, "Oh my god, I can't believe I've got Jordan Rudess on the show." And he jammed on his iPad on the show. It was like, "Are you kidding me, man? This dude's jamming on my show with an iPad." Oh, damn! They just dropped a new album too. Have you heard it yet?
No. Well, yeah. I think it's Alien.
It's great.
Something.
It's great. Gary Hubs is here. Sorry, Hubsy, I missed you. You owe me a lawnmower, mate. Welcome. Welcome, Hubsy. With vocal lessons. So I'm amazed that you haven't had vocal lessons. Was there a moment when you like felt like you could sing? Was it there? You know, was it like a jam with bands or anything? How did you like have the balls? I guess to just because it takes a lot of balls to get up and start singing in front of people.
Yeah, well, of course, I was a guitar player first. And it's actually started being serious when I was in music college, and I was studying music, and there was a band who was missing a lead singer, and they were like desperately looking for one. And at that time, I was like, yeah, well, I can try. So I've sang before, but you know, I've never done it like for seriously. And so within a week I was in a band, and they were like pretty big in locally, when you know where they came from. So I started doing shows within a month, and you know, suddenly I was like, you know, I got to step up my game, because I had no clue how to sing or how to use my voice. I remember straining a lot because I had no clue on how to sing properly. So I think I have some old MP4 videos where I'm singing the first song, and the second song my voice was gone. Like I was like shouting, and I wasn't familiar with the stage monitor or how to set it up, or you know what to listen to. So I kind of had to learn the hard way. And but well, you know, it finally became my passion. So, and I took it seriously. I took it serious. So that's where I am today.
Look, there's I've taught vocals for a many a time, and you can do all the theory and practice in the world. You can have somebody sit there and shove all this theory at you and all this breathing exercises and all your scales, but nothing's going to be more, nothing's going to put your voice to the test than standing on a stage and screaming into the faces of a bunch of drunk people. That is the way to season a voice, because you're exposed. It is like you're naked up there, and night after night, you have to get used to it. And I think it's like a scab, you know, the more you fall over and cut yourself and it scabs up, it's the same with your voice. It just gets harsher, and just understands when you're able to do those and be able to sing like you're able to do. So
yeah, well, that's you know, I gotta credit Linkin Park for that. That's if Linkin Park was not in my life, I wouldn't be here today doing what I do.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk a little bit about them soon when we get into your YouTube channel, because I absolutely know they're a massive inspiration for you. I want to touch on Metallica. So you touched on the first time you heard Metallica. I swear, I was in year 8 at school, and I just started listening to Iron Maiden, and one of my friends came over and we had a Walkman back there with a cassette, and he walks up and he puts headphones on my ears for the first time, and it was Master of Puppets. And oh my God, I wanted to punch the wall and just scream my head off and and go crazy. That changed my entire life. Metallica, man, what can you say about them? They've
you know, it was my introduction to metal, and even though it was Enter Sandman was the first one I heard, but I have a technique, guitar technique, which you know, thanks to them, which is the down pick. And when I started playing guitar, I haven't learned alternative picking. So I started jamming on Metallica, and they are so fast. So I was kind of forced to I was kind of forced to force my hand to down pick the same at the same speed as Hetfield has. You know, I'm far away from being as tight in playing as Hetfield or Kirk Hammett or Hetriani, by the way. But you know, Metallica, I don't know, man. It doesn't matter what comes out of their studio, it's always awesome.
Do you have a favorite Metallica song?
I do, and it's not a classic, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It's Atlas Rise.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they
Yeah.
have they do have such a broad catalog of stuff. See, I don't like anything from Saint Anger. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's that drum sound. I can't. You know, sometimes how you hear it, I just wish the songs had have just not had that drum sound. You know, when you hear something and you wish you could unhear it and you never can, and like, damn man, come on, Lars, that was that one album.
You know, yeah. You know, everyone has seen Saint Anger and Some Kind of Monster, and they were going through a rough period, especially when they were looking for a new bass player.
Yeah.
But I think that whole album, in my opinion, I think that whole album is just everyone was in a depression, and everyone's depression is notable. You can hear it in the sound, and Lars, great as he is, I think he was like, oh fuck it. This is what I'm going for, and I'm Lars fucking Ulrich for Metallica, and I do what I want, and this is my decision. So if you want this album, this is my sound. So that's how I think it happened.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, and it is a great reflection of exactly what was going on. And do you agree? Like, I think that's an amazing thing about music is when you release a song or an album. There are people out there who will swat and sweat over the small things when they're recording, and the thing is, all that sweat and all that that pressure you put on yourself ain't going to matter a difference in the end when you release it, because it's still going to show what was going on in your head at that time forever. It's a moment in time. No matter how much you try and make it the best thing it is, it's still going to reflect that. Do you look back on your music that you've released and think, oh my God, that's where I was at that time? Was there a time where you might have been struggling or something, and there's a particular song that has captured that moment?
You know, to be honest, the thing I was struggling the most with was quality and recording. So I had my setup. I knew what to do because I learned it in school, but I couldn't do it on my own. You know, it's mixing and mastering music is really understanding every instrument. You know, it's like an orchestra. You gotta understand every piece of music and every instrument that's going on. And when I look back at my music, that I still have older files that I listen to. I'm like, well, it's kind of catchy, but the sound is just shit. You know, it's just and you know, and I'm glad that some stuff, you know, it's usable, but some stuff, no, not.
You know what they say though: one man's trash is another man's treasure. So for all those tracks, you sit there and think, oh, this is shit. I'll bet if you put that out, there's probably a hell of a lot of people would be like, would never even think that it was shit. They would never be as critical. You think about some of the artists whose biggest songs, say Teen Spirit by Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
They had no idea that was going to be so big. And then it's because it is a lot of the time when you release a song, it's that song on the album that you don't expect that's going to be the one that you end up playing for the rest of your life, every show. And you're like, fuck, they could have picked the one I like.
Yeah, it's true because in the past, when people recorded albums and EPs, they had like 3 singles on them, which are killers, and the rest were fillers. That's what they call them, and so people would buy the album because their 3 singles, the killers, were on it, and so they were like expecting the rest to be great as well, which in most cases was not. But you don't expect music to blow up in a way, because what I think, if I create a song, what I think, well, it's a math song, you know, it's from someone else may think it's an awesome song, and it will maybe become a big hit. And I was like, that song, you know, what about that song? I worked so hard on that one. No, that song. That's I think in most cases will be how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's the musician's plight. Which one do I release this? Do I not? And you know, you never know unless you just release it. I'm going to play a track, and then we'll come back and talk about how this track happened and such. So we're going to play, folks. This is called Somebody Else. So kick back, turn it up, crank it up, yeah. And we'll be back in just a few moments. So this is Somebody Else. Make sure my volume is all up and everything. Let's rock.
I don't think I...
I cannot go back in time, 'cause yesterday
Holy fucking shit. Vocal goals, much. Boom. Wow. Man, that vocal that you cut in that song is fucking amazing.
Thank you much.
Yeah, what a range, as everybody's saying here. Amazing vocal. Killer stuff. So tell us a little bit about, and there's so many influences going on in that. Firstly, look, it seems like such a really complex video clip, but it's incredibly simple when you really break it down, but so damn effective. That drop in there was amazing too. Tell us, how did you organize the setup of the video clip? How long did it take to shoot?
All right. Well, one of my best mates in the world, Mike, he's a brilliant photographer and a videographer. And he makes a lot of videos for a lot of artists and models, and this is his thing, you know. This is what he does. He makes amazing pictures and videos, and when I made this song. I kind of, I like to be influenced, just like the James Bond thing. I like to be influenced by random stuff. So, I'm a super geek. I love Harry Potter. I love Lord of the Rings. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I love everything about Disney. And me and my wife was, by the way, the blonde goddess in the video.
Okay.
And
nice.
and she's an amazing cosplayer as well. I love the music Alice in Wonderland, and I just created that piano intro, and I was like, well, this kind of give me like Woods vibes and Alice in Wonderland vibes. So I was like creating the song based on that intro, and then we just talked about the video. And since he does amazing videos, and my wife's a cosplayer, and so we just blended them together. We just pick a day out, and I drew a few pictures on like a storyboard and how we wanted it, and this is the end result. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with with the video.
Absolutely, so you should, as well as the song. And I think what it goes to show too is, that old saying, keep it simple, sweet, simple, short, whatever you want to call it, KISS. Because, as I said, there's not a lot to that. There's really some select shots, a few really select shots of that video clip, but the way it's chopped together makes it look huge. Like there's a whole lot of things going on that really aren't. And storyboarding is definitely a thing to do, If people I do shows at least once a week on LumaFusion and putting together video clips. Just jotting down a picture with your iPad and a pencil and just drawing out some crappy pictures really, really has a lot of benefit to doing that, to really helping your clip have a direction. Even if you're only using stock footage, it's still a good idea to do that, Because it seems like there's a lot of stock footage video clips because we all don't have access to what you had then. But then, I could see people making exactly that kind of clip with a couple of iPhones. Very possible these days.
Yeah, I'm just very fortunate to have great friends. So it's I also started in my bedroom for years. I started my YouTube channel recording my music in my bedroom. You can still see the fucking Super Mario poster in the back. It was just I was still in high school back then. So yeah. Now I'm fortunate to have a friend like that who has a studio and offered to shoot my videos, and I can be thankful enough for that.
So have you played in any bands before being solo? Has there been you want to name and shame some of your bands if you have?
Oh yeah. Well the first band I played in was the band from school, which was a band called Diva Down, and it was a metalcore band. You know, in that time, I think it was 2006 or 7. You know, it was the first time I think I got, you know, really introduced to that kind of music, and you know, because the band was playing that kind of music, I was listening to that kind of music, and later on.
Did you release music with Diva Down?
Yeah, but it was. I don't think there's anything online now. We did a lot of shows though. But after that, I had a band called Remember October,
yep,
which was later called Artifacts, and we did a lot of shows, and amazing shows in the Netherlands, and we made awesome music, but we just fell apart, which is kind of sad in a way, because it's you know, it's. They were great guys, and the music was great, and we had so much fun playing the shows. We played with Silverstein. We were a supporting act for Silverstein, and then We Are the Ocean back then, which was a big deal for us, because that's a big band. And you know what I remember? I don't know if I'm just rambling on, but I remember one thing. I was playing the show with Silverstein, and that guy and the band was, you know, like a huge success in the U.S. and in Canada, and suddenly the lead singer was like an idol to me, and I was sitting backstage just eating I don't know, a freaking sandwich or anything, and he was just and suddenly he was sitting next to me. He was like, "Hey, bud," and then he was on his phone. I was like, "Oh, what? Yo, what's up, man?" Yeah, and I was trying to act cool, but you know. I couldn't act cool. I couldn't act cool. But because, you know, you're still a fan, but you gotta. I was trying to act normal, you know, like this is something that's, you know, like a normal day thing. But to me, it wasn't. Still, it isn't a normal day thing. So yeah, that's a funny memory.
Well, I just found. Am I in the right place? Is this Remember October here on Facebook?
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's, you know, it's you know, it has fallen apart.
It's dead
so
now, yeah.
Yeah. I don't play anything of that. I think I
do like digging into people's past.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, I think Artifacts, that was the new logo. Yep. I think there's still music of Artifacts or Remember October. I don't know. Oh damn. On Spotify left, I think.
Oh wow. So there you go,
yeah.
folks. If you want to go and hunt it out, now you know you can go and hunt it out if you like. I do love finding out these kind of things. It's pretty cool. Hello, Pete Johns, who's joined us in the chat, and Sean Chandler. Good to see you. So I want to ask a bit. Let's get into your YouTube channel, because you mentioned earlier that your love for one band in particular, and that was this love of this band the kickoff of your YouTube channel? What inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
There were two main bands that kind of started it off. It was Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars. Those two were the big starters. And I started back in, I think, 07 or 09, one of the two. And I was still a little emo kid back then. You know, I had the hair and the t-shirts and you know, it's stupid hair. You know, and it's I think it's one of the first videos. You can see me evolve into like becoming I don't know, a hipster. I don't know what do you call it. But you know, the first video you can see me. Yeah, that's an emo attack. Yeah, look at the hair. Oh my God, Bring Me to Horizon. The drum set in the back. Oh, Nintendo game cartridges in the oh my God. This is a kid's room. This is me in my high school period.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
I'm going to skip through some. Let's look at the growth of how things have moved. Yeah, look at what a difference already.
Yeah, look at the arms. They're like Somalian. I haven't eaten in ages. I think. I haven't did any workout. Look at the Super Mario, the famous Super Mario.
That cute little TV down there as well too. Look at that little thing.
With the Super Nintendo in the back. Yeah.
So you started the channel to sing your favorite covers, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. True.
Because you've got a whole mix. Like I know, 30 Seconds to Mars, and but there's a whole lot of different stuff here, man. As you mentioned earlier, that you're a Disney fan as well. There's even Frozen in here as well.
I know. It's that's the whole point of the Matt Se7en project. I like. Oh my God! Look at the hair. I think I was having a nap before, and I just woke up and I forgot to do a cover, and just. Oh my God!
I love it.
The pimples and shit.
YouTube is like a walk through time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a timeline. This is a good look. The Silverstein. That's a. Oh yeah, I decided to cut my own hair. Those in-ears were like costing me a lot of money, and I had them for a month because I lost them. I still lost them. I finally got them and I lost them. So that's the only a few videos I have it, because I think it's still in my parents' room somewhere. Frozen. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did Ellen Jackson too. I love country music. I'm a huge country music lover.
Yeah, you've got such a broad. So Linkin Park. I mean, did I see Ed Sheeran as well on here? So
True.
You cover a lot of stuff. And how long's the YouTube channel been? I really should have gone back to the start. How long have you been doing it? And has it been a challenge to maintain it, keep up all the content to have? I mean, you're over 50,000 subscribers. How's that been like? To maintain all those people.
Well, yeah, it's because when I started YouTube, it was a lot easier because everything was kind of new for everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, and things were new to everyone. And suddenly, YouTube became popular, and everyone was suddenly uploading stuff. And I think I was one of the lucky ones, because I started very early with uploading music, and kind of built what I have now from back then. And because I am very broad in the music that I do, I think maybe that was the whole reason people like my stuff. Yep. Because it wasn't just Metallica, or it wasn't just Linkin Park or 30 Seconds to Mars, or no, I try to do everything to be as broad as I can be.
Absolutely. And I love here in this timeline you can see where we've gone from just not even choosing a thumbnail to, hang on a moment, we're at the thumbnail era now.
Yeah.
We've moved to the thumbnail era.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Pete Johns, for the kind super chat as well, my friend. Thank you so much. And then in a very short time, you can see here how important, and I think this is something people need to pay attention. From these very simple thumbnails, only a very short time away, the thumbnails have got far more complex and far more inviting. Look at these things here. They're and this Nirvana one you released, I can't play the stuff for copyright claims and stuff like that for today's show. But if you haven't heard this, folks, I heard this drop, was it 3 weeks ago maybe? It's a cover of Heart-Shaped Box. It is sick. It is really sick.
Thank you so much.
Russ has asked, how old is the current version of Matt?
I'm 31. I'm turning 32 in a month.
So what was it like, essentially, kind of sort of growing up on YouTube?
Well, it was different because I was a kind of shy kid. I was listening to metal, and I was the only one wearing skinny jeans in high school when everyone was teasing me and stuff. And so it sounds very sad and stuff, but I didn't have much friends. So I stayed at home. I played guitar and I did my music videos, and suddenly people started to like my stuff. So I got attention, and then I got more subscribers and people. So I had to find a way in because suddenly that was for me the weirdest. Still, the weirdest comments I get is that people are messaging me with, "Oh my God, are you actually responding to me?" I was like, yeah. I'm just here eating my sandwich, and well, yeah, what's the deal? And they were like, "No, well, most people who are doing YouTube, they don't have time for fans." And I'm like, "Are you a fan?" It's still new to me. I can't get used to it. I'm not able to get used to that stuff because people apparently they love what I do. But when I grew up with it, I also had to deal with haters and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And in the beginning, I was like, "No, that's really mean. No, I'm not." I was really commenting, but I'm really early on. I told myself, all right, these are just guys who like to do this stuff for fun, and I'm not gonna get upset about it anymore. So I'm not gonna respond to it. And then what I saw, which is still going on, and it's very funny, is that the people who do like my stuff, they started a war with in the comment sections with the people who hate my stuff. So I was like, yeah, what's going on? Everyone was replying to it, commenting and replying, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Wow.
Go forth, my minions.
Yeah, fight for me.
It's like controlling Dungeons and Dragons from your YouTube channel. Go forth.
Awesome. Yeah, go forth.
Yeah, look, the hateful comments. Look, the thing is, everybody gets them too. I've had some doozies. I've had some death threats. I've had some crazy stuff. Being trans, I get like, it's unbelievable.
That's
some of the things that people write. You just think, in the first place, what possessed you to actually think that? Second, what possessed you to actually write that down? And what actually possessed you to hit send? Like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And how did you look in the mirror afterwards? I mean, I've talked about this with Pete Johns when I've been on his channel. We talk about it a lot, the haters. It's hard at first because, you do respond because we all have feelings. And, as musicians, it's what makes our music touch people because we put our emotions into it. So, of course, you're going to feel something. But fighting back is just a waste of energy. Hetriani writes, haters are a riot. And when you look at them that way, that's a great way of looking at them, just to laugh and be like, really, dude? Out of all the things in your head, that's what you wrote. What's have you had any bizarre requests from fans that you kind of went,
Oh yeah. What?
You want to give us one?
Yeah, sure. Someone was yes, thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. There were guys and girls actually who were, they started asking me if I was the real one, which was really awkward from the start. So I was like, which one do you mean? Are you the real? I said, well, yeah. All right. Make a picture of yourself with my name on it and show me that you're the real one. I was like, what this is what is this? She said, yeah, or else I'm not gonna believe you. I'm like, well, then you don't. All right, bye. I'm gonna do my other stuff. And there was I had some really awkward sexual stuff that people were trying to that was just awkward, especially when they figure out what your email and your personal stuff. So yeah, that's but that was mostly in the past. So now that I'm a grandpa with a wife, and I'm you know, it doesn't happen that often, but yeah, that was yeah.
You don't have a wife, remember? You have a goddess.
I have a goddess. I do.
Auntie G just wrote, "The goddess brings coffee."
Yeah, yeah, she is. The goddess brings coffee. Well, she has a. If you're interested, you know, she has a an Instagram with her cosplays, and it's well. Can I mention it in the comments?
Of course. Okay? Hey, this is your time, man. This is your time.
All right.
You do whatever you want. You can control this thing. I don't even have questions written out. I'm just here to have a chat about you.
All right. Oh shit. All right. Sorry.
Have you, it's all right. You do your thing, and I'll just think about what I'm going to say. So
there you go.
What about? See, I've had a few stalkers as well. I've had some stalkers that have stalked me for 2 years. Even found out my home address. And,
oh, really?
And I even had one stalker who found out my home address and posted it on a neo-Nazi website.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know, man. Well, I tried to figure it out with the police, but you know, even the police were like, "Jesus, what did you do to this person?" I'm like, "I don't even know them. What are you talking about?" People are fucked up, man. Music does.
Oh, people go far.
Yeah, they really go far for whatever reason, you know. And I would sit there and just be like, "I just wrote a song, baby. That's it.
Yeah,
just a song, you know." You know, whatever happened to I write the songs that make the whole world sing? No, none of that.
No, not anymore.
No, I write the songs that get my address pasted all over neo-Nazi websites. So recently with your YouTube channel, hello to Black Covers, who's joined us as well too, another person who makes amazing music. With your, I noticed only a few months ago, your YouTube channel used to be, you had 2 channels, that's right. So I want to delve into this because you kicked off this original YouTube channel. It was all your covers and such, and this is where your bread and butter was. But you felt the need to put your originals on another channel. Why did you feel that? Because recently you've merged them. So why did you put your originals on the other channel? Did you think that it would scare people away? What was the thought process behind that?
Well, I was kind of scared that I was because the channel was originally a cover channel, and I noticed people wasn't really interested in my original stuff. So I was like, all right, well then I make another channel with my project Matt Se7en, and upload my music to that channel. But then I was like, well. But I was kind of neglecting the cover channel then. Yeah. So I kind of had like a big pause and just focusing mainly on the Matt Se7en stuff, and I was like, well, what am I doing? You know, I've got over 50K subscribers and people are still waiting, and on the new channel, people, well, maybe a few were waiting, but I had like 50K people waiting on new stuff. So I was like, what am I supposed to do now? I'm not saying the other channel, the people who are subscribed to the other channel aren't important. That's not what I'm saying. But I was like, you know, I have a 50K channel and I have a smaller channel that I just started. You know, why not merge them and just just see if people like it, and if people like my covers, maybe they will like my original stuff too, because I have in the past uploaded a few originals, and which they also liked. So I was like, well, yeah, well, it's a clear decision here. So that's why I merged them, and I'm very, very happy I did.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, you know, especially with YouTube, because you know we're thrown analytics and all these things to help us, you know, keep the YouTube channel going and help understand what's engaging people. And if what's engaging people for the longest time and what is your bread and butter and what's got you subscribers has been covers, it can be daunting to again, it's like standing up on stage and bearing your soul. It's like standing naked and going, all right, well, I know you like this, but please like this as well. Is it, and it would have surprised me if people didn't like this stuff. It would have surprised me big time because, I always like original stuff over covers. I like covers, but I'm always going to jump to original stuff. Have you found since merging the channels that people are responding well to your original stuff?
Yeah. Well, it's surprisingly, yeah. I mostly do like Linkin Park stuff and metal and hard. But if I start doing like a project with only folk music, like the old Ed Sheeran stuff, like only guitar and very soft, that's not something I could merge because that's a totally different genre and style of music, and to go from metal to that was more difficult to merge. So the project, Matt Se7en, it's I kind of make the same music, but it's my stuff.
Yep.
So no, not really. It was a kind of an obvious decision, to be honest.
So I'm gonna go and play a track now because we've got half an hour left, and I want to play a track.
It's fun.
I want to play a track, the first track that I heard of yours, and it was the track that introduced me to your music, and it's a collaboration you did with somebody who's here in the chat named Hetriani. Yeah. I heard this on the Metalhead Hippie Show and was just like, what the fuck, man? It stood out like dog's testicles out of all the stuff that was being played that I heard there. It was like, holy shit, man, the production on this is fucking sick. And that chorus in this is just absolutely killer. So I want to play this. It's one of my favorite songs. I've played this on my channel a bunch of times. I played it on my birthday show as one of my favorite songs. So let's jump into it, folks. And you're going to love it. If you haven't heard it, if you've heard it before, I'm sure you just want to bang your head like a motherfucker. This is Far From Alive featuring Hetriani, and we'll see you shortly. Boom, as Hippie would say. See you shortly.
Boom.
fucking hell. Man, it's just an incredible fucking song. You know what? I'm just going to say it. Dude, you and Hetriani need to do a fucking EP or an album together and just a swag of songs, because the thing is about that is just your styles blend so well. That chorus, first time I heard that chorus, I was just like, Jesus Christ. And I'm just going to say it, I'm not a big fan of nu metal. And it just is what it is. My era that I came up with was Carcass and, Napalm Death and all that kind of stuff. And, that I appreciate nu metal for what it is and singing with metal and all that kind of jazz. Do I listen to it a lot? No. But what I loved about this, man, the first time I heard that chorus drop was just like, oh, fuck. Man, I want to scream that chorus every time it comes. I want that chorus another 10 times in the song. It's just a really super catchy song. How did this collaboration come about? How did you hook up with Hetriani, and how did this happen?
All right. Well, like I said before in the beginning, I was just a curious and shy kid, and Hetriani is like the friend who, if if he's on stage and I'm on stage with him and I'm shy and he's the one who pushes me up to the front and he's like, go nuts, and just for everyone to see. And that's what he did with the he made a collaboration with amazing artists, and I was starting and I was really insecure and I still think my part sucks, but he fucking put my part in the front, up the front. I was the first one singing, and I was like, "What are you doing? No, don't start the song with me. Just put me somewhere in the middle. Just let the good ones go first." And he was like, "No, bud. I'm just gonna put you at the front. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do." Sorry, that's my Hetriani impression. But sorry. But that guy is such a talented dude, and he doesn't even know it, and he's just like me. He's really shy about it, but he can do so much. He has an amazing range in vocally. He's an amazing guitarist, an amazing singer-songwriter. You can create awesome riffs. Sometimes I'm creating riffs. I'm like, oh no, he will beat me in this. I gotta beat him. I gotta make something more grungier. I gotta make, and then he comes with Black Rain and stuff like that. I'm like, shit, I gotta think of something else. so I everything that I do, when it comes to the collaborations and stuff, and it's thanks to him, because he made me secure enough to go on, and I'm just really thankful for him. And when I created the song, back then I wanted to create a song with him.
Yeah.
But back then I didn't think I was good enough, so I'm like, no, I've got to wait before I'm good enough to play with Hetriani. So I just have to wait and become better, and maybe he will. I will try and ask him. So
we see you got us.
Hey. So I was kind of insecure. I was like, I want to ask him if he wanted to do a song with me. And I'm not sure if he's going to say yes. If he's going to say no, I will totally understand. But he was like, yeah, you're asking me to do a song with you? I'm like, what's going on here, dude? I'm supposed to be scared of you, to ask you about if you wanted to be in a song with me. So I created the song, a riff, and what I like to do if I work with other artists, I don't want to give them my first my first if I created like a vocal vocal melody, I didn't want to give it to him, because he will most people will listen to it and create something from that, and I just wanted to give him the riff because I wanted something that he created on his own,
Yep.
without anything that I did. I knew from the start he was gonna do well. So I gave him the riff, and I was like, all right, it may take a few weeks, but I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. So he sent me his vocal parts. Insecure as he was, he's like, well, I hope you like it. And I was like, I know I'm gonna like it. So I got my hopes up, but that's the thing with him. I always get my hopes up because I know it's gonna be great. So he sent me the vocals, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? This is awesome. Now, I got to step up my game with him every time. So if he sends me his awesome verses, I'm like, all right, I gotta write a killer chorus to match this. So then eventually we created this, and this is the end result, Far From Alive. And he also wrote every lyric in the verses. I did nothing. That's all him.
I do find it incredibly fascinating, and I'm sure Hetriani is not going to worry about me saying this. When I had him on the show, I was surprised by how, firstly, humble he is, but firstly, how, I don't want to say insecure, but like uncertain of himself, where, and I know he was super cool on the show to really open up and talk about the adversity and the car accidents that he's gone through and the rehabilitation, and to have faced so much. And it's been really amazing watching, since I interviewed him, what's going on with him and how his channel's blowing up, and he's just working with so many people. And I just find it fascinating that both of you mentioned, being a little bit insecure and stuff, how both of you are kind of on that path, but coming together has been that boom, as Hippie would say. That's really, worked. That's why I say, like, I would love to hear a full EP. And I'm going to mention it. I have heard rumblings of something that he's working on that you might have had a hand in recently. And fuck me, is it good? Damn straight, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'm going to say. Keep those ears open, because you're going to get stomped soon.
Well, maybe in the future, Hetriani and I will do another one.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Just keep your eyes and ears open.
Will be for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about your recording process, because I'm sure that's changed over the years. How did you start out recording? What was the first kind of thing that you were recording with back in the day?
I still have it. Wait.
Awesome.
Well, back in I have a good friend of mine. His name is Peter, and he was actually my boss. I worked in a music shop. And I was selling, a lot of instruments, and I asked him, what can I do? Because I see a lot of like mixing boards and stuff, and I have no clue how to work with it. He was like, all right, get this one. This is my first one. I think it's an Alesis, which is an old one.
Yeah, man.
And this is actually the first one I ever had. I still have it. And
that's so bulky, man.
Yeah. That's my Game Boy right there. So he's so he was like, all right, that's an audio interface. And I was like, what are you doing? He said, yeah, an audio interface. All you do is plug it into your computer, USB, and then plug your XLR cable in, or your guitar, and open up your DAW, your Cubase or Pro Tools or whatever, and just set it up, and you can record. I was like, nah, that's too easy, man. He's like, yeah, try it. So he set it up for me, which I'm still very thankful for, and he set it up for me, and that's how I started recording. So, no weird Roland recording, mixing with stock and drums and stuff. No, it's just I wanted to start up and learn how to do it properly. And nowadays, like I told you, I was struggling with mixing and mastering, and I came across uh, an amazing, talented guy called Bobby Torres. He has a channel called Frightbox Recording, and he teaches us how to mix and master music. And I don't know how, but I started listening to what he does, and my I don't want to sound arrogant, but my mixing abilities and skills, and it went from here to here in such a short period of time. Because if you listen to my older stuff and listen to QWERTY, which is the new song I uploaded since the change, the merge.
Yep.
That's a master and mix is all because of I listened to his videos. So so I'm also thankful for Bobby Torres, and he actually mixed a song of mine, "Keep You Alive," and he mixed that one because I had no clue how before, and I was like, "Whoa, this mix is amazing." So I really was desperately, I really wanted to learn how to mix just as well as he does. I know I'm far from what he does, but he has amazing videos, and he teaches us so well. So that's where I'm now. The quality of my videos are because I listen to him.
Yeah, well, mixing and mastering and all that kind of stuff, it's an ever evolving thing. That's what I think people who are just starting out tend to forget. Like they think that they get to a point where it's like, oh, I know everything now. I've got it down. But if you watch some of the really talented people on YouTube who offer their information about how to do things, you will notice that even they still will backtrack on things that they maybe were doing 2 years ago and say, I've changed my opinion. I've had to, for example, Glenn from over on his channel, Yelling Glenn and stuff, where he's always like, bass players suck, man. And he's always hating on bass players. He's always going on about how sampled drums suck. But recently, it's been he's had to go back and say, hang on a minute. There's some drums here that actually work. There's some samples that actually work. And that's the thing. You're always going to be evolving. There's no moment you get to where you're I don't need to learn anymore. And your mixes will always change over time with their skills,
Yeah. True.
So what are you using now? What's been the progression? What are you using now these days?
When it comes to software, I use Cubase.
Yep.
And I only use 2 plugins. No, that's not true. I'm using 3 plugins. I'm using Easy Drummer.
Yep.
Which is my drum program. I'm using Andy James Tonality, which is Andy James is an awesome metal guitarist. He's the guitar player for Five Finger Death Punch, and he has a plugin called Tonality, which I use, which is the guitar sounds I mainly use. And I use a mastering software, which is called Isotope Ozone 9.
Yep.
So that's just 3 of my main plugins, and the rest is all clickety clackety and EQing.
Flippity dibbity clackety clackety sticky tape together, whatever works.
Yeah, that's it. Just 3.
Yeah, look, I say it on my show all the time. I mean, it's called How to App on iOS, but I think as artists we can get a bit lost in all the plugins and especially apps. I know there seems to be a lot of people these days who collect a lot of apps, but aren't making any fucking music. And I try to remind people each day, even though I'm doing a show talking about apps, you don't fucking need them all, man. You need the ones that you can really see working for you, because people complain and say, oh, this is too expensive. And it's like, yeah, but do you really need it? Or is it only too expensive, And my catchphrase is, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need to catch them all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You end up making no fucking music, and it is a trap. And it's the same with gear. What about gear? Do you have a bit of a trap for gear? Do you see gear and go, oh, I've got to have it, or do you have self-control over gear?
I have no self-control. I have 23 guitars
Holy
standing
fuck.
here, and which I would know, which I collected over the years. But and actually the black one, the ES 335, I got from my wife for my birthday actually, because I really wanted one. Um, and I'm actually building a new one from Kiesel Guitars, and it's being built at the moment. So I'm getting it, I think, this month. So yeah, that's 24. Yeah, and I promised her that I wouldn't buy any more guitars, but that's that's a promise.
Whatever.
No guitar can ever, that's no, that's a lousy promise.
Yeah,
Um,
you're fooling yourself.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, but if I can give a tip about gear, um, plugins, just invest in a proper drum plugin like Easy Drummer, because it doesn't matter how good your mixing qualities are. If your beat is not solid or doesn't sound like from the source, like Bobby always says, you gotta get it right from the source. And if you're starting bad, the rest will be bad as well. So invest in a good drum plugin. Invest in an amp simulator. Of course, you can. I still use my Line 6 pod. You can, of course, you can use it, but it just what I did, I was saving a little bit more money than I was supposed to invest in plugins, but it helped me a lot, and my quality in my music, in my opinion, got so much better because I saved up $300 to buy 3 plugins, and they are not expensive lately. So Cubase is not expensive. It's I think it's 89 euros or dollars. Isotope is, I think, 100 euros. Tonality, if you get a discount, I think it's $80. Easy Drummer, if they have a lot of discount days, I got it for $75. So you just gotta find, but it is an investment, and maybe don't buy Jordans this Christmas, but just invest in 3 cool plugins and you're set. You don't have to do. I don't do much. Plugins, they all do it. I just play.
Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple. It's all about the actual recording. It is about what you lay down. And I agree with the drums, what you're talking about there. I try and do shows from time to time about drums. I try to focus on drums because I'm a drummer myself, as guitarist and bass player, and I try and play nearly every instrument. Every instrument I see, I want to play. And I think drums are an important thing for people to pick up. Like, I see a lot of people who use GarageBand on iOS, and they use the auto drummer. And I've tried to do a lot of shows to say, hey, the auto drummer is great, but did you know with the auto drummer, you can actually look at the patterns in it and then actually do it yourself in the MIDI and start to understand the patterns. And when you start to understand the basics of drum patterns, you only really need about 6 of them down, and then it's just filling in the blanks, and that makes your whole, that holds everything together. That's the glue, man. And
exactly,
step outside of that comfort zone.
Yeah, but same goes for bass players. Everyone has a hard time on them. But if when it comes to mixing, and I put my left guitar on I put my guitar on the left, put my guitar on the right, I EQ the bass of my guitar down, so the sub is going down, because that's the part where the bass player comes. So when I play my bass, it becomes you can't, in my opinion, you can't create a solid fat sounding track without a bass player.
Yep.
You gotta have it. You gotta have the bass. It's so important. And everyone is just fooling around like, yo, bass player this and this. If you listen to Mark King from I do not know the band anymore, but it's if you listen to him slapping that bass, the name itself. It's the bass player. It's the base of your whole track. it's my bass drum, your bass guitar. That's the thing that's making the guitars sing. You can't just create a track with just guitars. It will sound shit.
Yeah.
So
it's the rhythm that keeps the train on the tracks, man.
yeah, level 42. Sorry, yeah, level 42. That's true. Running in the family. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just still a little bit nervous, Jade. I'm so sorry. Level 42. That's right. Thank you, Nodi.
Don't come across nervous, so.
Right.
So, all right, you've just dropped this new single. You've combined your YouTube channel. What do you see next? What's on the horizon? What do you see ahead, and what do you want to accomplish with music going forward?
Well, with all the lockdown and the COVID stuff going on, there wasn't really a place to perform.
Yep.
And being this project is just me, so it's I don't have a band, but it doesn't restrict me into playing on a radio or live shows, because I have I know people who can play music and maybe they want to help me out, so for my future, I'm definitely gonna keep writing songs, and if those songs will turn into shows, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. And this is, Able to Die is a song which was something I worked very hard on, but I have a folder full of tracks, so don't worry.
Awesome.
I have enough left.
Awesome. And I'll get serious for a moment. How did you deal with all this lockdown, with all this COVID? How did you cope through it? Because, we all have different coping mechanisms mentally, because it's important too, I think, as artists. And I like to talk about it on the channel as well, about our mental health. And I have a little Wart series I do where we discuss mental health, because it is important and not a lot of people talk about it. What were some of the things you did during that to be able to stay focused and write music when it seemed like the world was going to fucking hell in a handbasket?
Well, I didn't want to write a song about how fucked up life was at that moment, or how bad life was, or that's just creating fire. And I just wanted to I stayed at home. They told us not to come to work, but creating music is different for everyone. To be honest, the secret to how I create songs is I'm in the car, or I'm walking, or I'm at a restaurant, or I'm in the bathroom, and suddenly I have like a riff, or I have a drum beat or a melody, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go to my, all right, and if I listen back, I'm like, all right, this sounds so off tune, but I kind of get what I was doing. So every song, like Keep You Alive, I still have like gibberish, like rushing or keep you around, which turned into Keep You Alive. It's just that's. But when it was locked down, I was like, all right, now I have all the time in the world to create music. But then I was like, all right, I don't have any inspiration. What am I gonna do all day? So I was forcing myself to create music in the lockdown, and nothing came out in the lockdown. So I had months staying at home, all the time in the world creating music, and I had nothing. So I kind of got fat because because there was no gym. I go to the gym like 5 or 6 days a week, and that's my life, next to music, of course, and work. But my job, we have a gym at our airbase, but everyone gets depressed. I didn't really get depressed, but I got a little bit chubby. So that was a little bit depressing, because I just ate everything that was in the fridge. My wife said, you got to clean out the fridge. And I was like, yeah. and suddenly she came back and she was like, "That's not what I meant." And I'm like, "What?" Oh, so there was not much making music going on in that time, but you know, I always say um, if you got through COVID and with your wife or partner or whatever, and you're still together, you're a strong team, because a lot of relationships got broken up in that period of time because everyone was stuck at home with each other, got annoyed, and I'm just lucky, I guess. And fat. No, I'm just lying. I'm just lucky, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, the hardest thing was too. You don't see it happening like with anything, because you don't see it every day unless you're taking a photo of your face every day and seeing yourself get fat. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I can go outside again. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Now I'm a balloon. What the hell is going on? I'm only just starting to lose it now.
Yeah, I did have to get used to the face masks, because I was driving for 50 minutes to go to the store. I was like, yes, finally I can do groceries. And I'm like, oh, no. And then I had to go back home and get the face mask. And yeah, that's not something I got used to. But
in the Netherlands, did you go through the same thing as what many countries went through when it all kicked off, where all the toilet paper disappeared off the shelves?
Yeah.
What
it
the
was,
fuck?
it was kind. Yeah, I know. It was a pandemic, and it was kind of sad because all the elderly people, they were like with their, they were looking for groceries, and everyone was gone because all the freaking millennials were buying stuff, and they were buying because they thought they were gonna die. And of course, people actually died with because of COVID, but because everyone was really stressing out. So they bought like boxes of stuff, and yes, we had it as well. But the Netherlands kind of fucked it up pretty fast, because when the restrictions got little bit like loosened, and we got more to do, and they let us do more. We got out partying. So within a week, and that got canceled. So we got our restrictions back. So that's not something the Netherlands are really good at, and keeping to restrictions and rules. So yeah.
I think it's funny, like, we have all these zombie apocalypse movies throughout the years that we've all watched, and there's always like a hero who helps save the day. And I think during this, the one thing it's shown us, if there is an alien attack or a zombie apocalypse, all the toilet paper is just going to get bought. I'm a bit concerned for us as human beings that the first thing that's going to happen is zombies. Get the toilet paper.
Yeah,
I'm a bit concerned.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take loads of shit in my underground bunker. So I think that's the main concern here. Yeah, that was not my main concern when the pandemic started. So
I actually went out and bought a mini bidet.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, people, can't you understand? Just jump in the shower and wash your ass that way. It's not that bad. Jesus Christ.
Million ways. I just felt bad for the elderly people because they don't have much room for for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when I saw all the groceries being empty shelves, I was like, no, this is not good.
Yeah, we're an odd species. We've come to the end of the show. I'm going to hit you with my last question that I hit with everybody. Matt Se7en, if someone was considering becoming creative, when would you suggest that they start?
If someone wants to be creative, where to start?
Yeah, when do you think they should? If somebody wanted to make music, somebody wanted to make film, wanted to do something creative, when should they do it?
Don't just stop. Think about it and just do something else. No. And I.
That's the answer, man.
No, I think my advice is create something totally new that nobody has done before, or create something that someone has done before but way better.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you for giving me your time today. I really appreciate it. Was really looking forward to this so much. So,
me too.
And thank you so much. Like, the people probably don't realize I send an email out to somebody, ask them to come on the show, and not all the time is it perfect. And just your communication, everything about getting everything done was fantastic. So thank you for all of that. Sending me all your links
Likewise.
and everything, even though I always go searching for something else to try and find some hidden stuff, but we got some hidden stuff today. Folks, all of the links to Matt's music, his YouTube channel, social media, it is all sitting in the description. I implore you, in fact, I demand you do it right now and go and add all the stuff, throw it on your Spotify, do all that stuff. And send him some listens, because what I do at the end of each show, most people don't know this, I'm going to expose a bit of the fourth wall. After every show, I keep the artist who I have on the show on repeat for 2 days now. So next time you check your DistroKid, whoever you go through, you're probably going to see a spike of like 700 listens, all coming from me over the next 2 days. And that's just what I do as a thank you. But folks, go and do that. Go and listen to his music, because he's a fantastic artist, as you have heard today. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on this show. Thank you so much.
Excellent. And thank you guys for being here in the chat. Thank you for supporting my channel as well, and being here and always, I can't thank you enough for all your support. You guys rock. We're going to go out today with a track. Let me find it. We're going to go, and it's quite fitting actually. It is called The End of the Road, because we're at the end of the road right now. Oh yeah. And you want to tell us a little bit about this track before we jump into it?
Yeah. I wanted to. This has actually a little bit of Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash influences. So like it's a song about a crossroads demon. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you know the movie Crossroads with the Karate Kid guy. And I got really inspired by Robert Johnson, and this song is about Robert Johnson and the crossroads demons.
Excellent.
And supernatural.
Excellent. All right, folks. As I always say, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we all rise together, support each other. Thank you very much, Matt. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the track, and I shall see you, not tomorrow because I have my day off, but I'll see you around the traps. Have a good one, everybody. See you later.
See ya. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, dark child, I saw the devil out its cage again. Don't know how he ever got away. Everything inside you is broken. Oh, everything about you is lost. You've reached the end of the road. Child, I see you fighting with yourself again. Tell me why you let the demon take you in. Your black eyes are all the answers that I need from you. Did you know about the price you had to pay? Tell me where you buried your future. Please tell me where you sold your soul. You've reached the end of the road. that kiss? Did she tell that someday she will come back for you? You'll have no place to run or to hide.